Hello everyone and welcome once again to MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. I am your host, your dost, and as usual in the ghost mode, Mohit Jain, and with few questions on Bitwise Global. And this time I picked up all questions which were asked in the section data analysis, where 8 data interpretation questions were asked which need to be done in 10 minutes. So on this note, on this happy note, 9 baj gaye kya? Let's begin now. Okay, the first question on the screen is bar graph. Bar graph shows the sales of books from 6 branches of publishing company 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What percent of the average sales of B1, B2 and B3 in 2001? 2001 is red, so B1 is 105, B2 is 65 and B3 is 110. 10, 1, 6, 7, 8, 280. 280 in 3 years, and they are talking about average. Is the average sales of branches B1, B3, B6 in 2000? 2000 is the blue one. B1 is 80, and then B3 is 95, and B6 is 70. Okay. 150, 100, 245. So what percent of the average sales of this? That means 280 by 3 into X percent is equals to average sales of branch B1, B3, B6 in 2000. That is 245 by 3. That's it. 3, 3 gone. 0, 0 gone. 214, 25. X is equals to 245 into 5 divided by 14. Okay, so if it is 15, it would be if it is 15, then it is 3 and then it is 81% something. If I increase the denominator, it is 81, but it is less, then it should be more than 81%. Let's check it with the calculator, and the calculator value what we get, 245 into 5 divided by 14 is 87.5%, which is in option D. That was also giving us a hint that it has to be greater than 82%, and the only option is 87.5%. Yes, we can also do it without calculator. 7, 2 times 7, 3 and 5. Okay, so 5, 5, 25 and 2, 15 and 17 by 2. It is 87.5. 87.5%. Let's move on. Okay, the next one, we have some table and some average value of 1 Swiss franc conversion rates are given in few quarters. 2000 CHF, that is Swiss franc, was used to purchase USD in quarter 2. So in quarter 2, USD conversion rate is 1.08. That means if you have 1 franc, you will get $1.08. So that means with 2000, you are getting 2000 into $1.08. Now you sold it in quarter 4. In quarter 4, the conversion rate is 1.02. That means for each $1.02, you will get 1 franc. So divided by just 1.02. And let's calculate. So 2000 into 1.08 divided by 1.02 will give 2117.65, and that is in option A. It is giving us 2117.64 something. Option A fits in. Okay, in this question we have got line graph. Red is for company P and blue is for company Q. Annual rate of interest offered by 2 finance company over the years is given. Okay, these all are interest rates. A sum of rupees 4,75,000 was invested in company Q in 1999. for 1 year. Company Q is blue line. That means in 1999, this company Q is giving 8%. How much more interest would have been earned if the sum was invested in company P? Instead of 8%, you would have got 10% interest rate. That means change in interest rate is 2%. So how much more money you would have got after 1 year is simply 2% of 4,75,000. 0, 0, 1, 14, 15, 1, 8 and 9. 9,500 rupees more we would have earned, or the if sum of 4.75 is invested in company company P instead of company Q. That is in option A. Okay, one more line diagram types. Okay, blue line is total, then we have dot circle line at the top, that is B, this is quality B, and then triangles with green line, that is quality A. Apart from grade A and B, the other diamond produced are grade C, D and E, and they are extracted in the ratio of 1:3:6 respectively each month. Okay. How many carats of grade D diamonds were extracted in Jan? So this is October, November, December, Jan. In Jan, the total amount extracted is 30. Total is 30. Let us have A. A is 10. B extraction is this point. This goes with 15. That means CDE is 30 minus 25. That is 5. Extraction of CDE is 5. And that is in carats. 5,000. Last year production 5,000. Yes, 5,000 carats. Now they are divided in the ratio 1:3:6. And we are looking out for D. D is the middle one. D is the middle one, that is 3 part. So D extraction is 3 by total 1 plus 3 plus 6 is 10. 3 by 10 of 5,000. 3 by 10 of 5,000 will be 1,500. So D extracted is 1,500 carats in month of Jan. Option B fits in. Now, okay, this time what we have a pie chart. Various expenditure in percentage incurred in publishing a book is given. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types of expenditure. The price of book is marked 20% over the cost price. That means marked price is cost price into 120 by 100. If the marked price of the book is 180, if marked price is 180, that means cost price equals, this would be 6 2, 6 30, 15, 150. Cost price will be 150. Done. Then what is the cost of paper used in single copy? Cost of paper cost is 25%. So cost of production is 150 and cost of paper cost is 25%, that is 1/4 of 150. 75 by 2, 37.50. So paper cost is 37.50, that is in option B. Okay, again the same set of pie chart we have, but a different question. 5,500 copies are published and transportation cost of them amounts to 82500. Then what would be the selling price of the book so that the publisher can earn a profit of 25%? Transportation cost is 82,500. Transportation cost accounts to 10%. That means 10% of the cost is 82,500. Simply means 100% of the cost would be 8,25,000. And they want to earn a profit of 25%. So add 1/4 of it. That would be 2, 0, 6, 2. Okay, 2, 24, 10, 2 and 50. So total selling price would be 10,31,250. 10,31,250 need to be divided among 5500 copies. So we have 10, 31, 250 divided by 5500, that gives 187.5. Straight away option A fits in. Now here we have got two pie charts. First pie chart is about the number of candidates enrolled, that is 8550 in different institution, P, Q, R, S, T, U, T, V, X, and candidate who passed the examination are total 5700. Again P, Q, R, S, T, V, X. Question: what is the percentage of candidate passed to the candidates enrolled for institute Q and R? Simple. First we need the pass from Q, that is 17%, and pass from R, that is 13%. That gives us 30% of 5700. This goes in numerator. Now we need percentage of candidate passed now. Oh, okay, this was passed to the candidates enrolled. Enrolled is P, 22%, but we don't need P, we need Q. Q is 15%, yes, and R is 10%. So 15 plus 10 is 25% of 8550. That's it. This is what we want. This will go 6 by 5 into 570 by 855 into 100. That is what we are looking out for. So it would be 6 into 570 divided by 5 divided by 855 into 100 will give 80%. This will give 80%, and that is in option B. Okay, in this particular we have a pie chart, and since this number was not visible, I have written here. Maths is 30% people, EC 25, computer 20, chemistry 10, and mechanical 15. And the ratio of a female student, ratio of female and male students in the department. What is the total number of male students studying in this college except computer department? Okay, maths department 30%. Maths we are looking out for male. Male is 2/5. 2/5 of 30 would be 12%. Then EC 25, male is 3 by 10. So 3/10 of 25 is 7.5%. We leave computer. Chemistry is 1/5. 1/5 of 10%. 1/5 of 10% is 2%. Mechanical is 14 by 25 of 15%. 5355. So it is 8.4%. So total it comes to 20, 29. 20 and 29. 29.9% of the students are male students in the college except computer department. Let's see. So our total number of students are 55,000. 55,000 into 29.9% is how much? 16445. It is 16445. Option A fits in. So now we have a pie chart, and here the different sources of funds of NHAI is given, and the values are also given. If NHAI could receive a total of 9695 as external assistance, now it's getting 11,486. But if it gets 9695, by what percent should it increase the market borrowing for the shortage of funds? Okay, so how much is the shortage of fund? 11486 minus 9695. Shortage of fund is 1791, and the market borrowing initially is 29952. So if I divide this by 29952 into 100, that will give us what? 5.97%, that is 6%. That means approximately by 6%, the market borrowings need to be increased so that the shortage due to the external assistance can be nullified. Option B fits in. In this particular graph, what we can see is line diagram. Exports from 3 companies over the years in rupees crore. Okay, XYZ 3 companies are there. What was the difference between average exports of the companies in 1993? 1993 total should be 80 and this mark is 60 and the blue mark is 30. So 90 and 80 is 170 in 1993. In 1998, the 3 value should be green mark is giving 100. Then red mark is 80 and blue mark we can see it is 50. So it is coming to 180 and 230. The difference between these 2 years is 230 minus 170, that is 60. But we are looking out for average, so we'll divide it by 3. So the average difference is of 20 crores. Yes, that we have in option B. So same set of line diagram once again. Average annual exports during the given period for company Y. Company Y is green color and company Y data is 80, then we have 40, 60, again 60, then in green is 80, next green 100 and next green 140. So 100 and 140. So it comes to 12, 12, 24 and 12, 36, 3, 560. We'll divide this by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Afterwards or here also you can divide. So average is coming out to 80. Is approximately what percent of the average annual export of company Z? Company Z is red. Red is 60, 90, 150 and 120 will give 270. And then we have 90, 60 again 150 and 80, 230 and 100. That is 330. So company Z, it is 5600. Okay. So how much is 560 of 600? That's it. That is what we need to find. No required to divide it by 7 and get into different decimal points or something like that. So how much is 560 of 600? That is 560 divided by 600 into 100. That is what we are looking out for. So 560 of 600, 56 divided by 60 will give the percentage. That is 93.33%. Option D fits in. So now here we have a table where few items of expenditures are given over different years. 5 years data is given. The ratio between the total expenditure on taxes, okay, total of this column for all the years, and the total expenditure on fuel and transport for all the year respectively. So this comes to 8, 8, 8, 24 and 7, 29, 10, 20, 27, 35 and 34. 349. And the total for fuel 10, 15, 16, 1, 8, 9, 9, 18, 1 and 3, 4, 5. So it would be nearly 349 is to 586. But it is approximately, obviously, then if I make this 350, 35 into 13 is 455. So we need the total for taxes. Straight away, let's see how much it is. 83 plus 108 plus 74 plus 88 plus 98. That comes to 451. And fuel and transport is 98 plus 112 plus 101 plus 133 plus 142. That is 586. So 586 this and 451 is this. We are looking out for the ratio. 451 is to 586. 10 if I make, this is approximately we require 40, 450, then 450 divided by 10 into 13. Yes, 585. So if we make it 450, 585, it will come at 10 is to 13, and that we have in option C. Now here in this particular question we have got a pie chart where total number of employees are 7,000 and the different departments is given, starting from typist. I guess this is typist. Then we have SI, DSP, Havaldar, sorry, this is Patwari, then Havaldar, IAS officers and deputy collectors. And this is the radar diagram which shows that how many were enrolled directly and how many got to this position after promotion. Which sort of workers had most extreme number of direct enrolls? Okay, Patwaris, if we look at Patwaris, it is 20% of 7,000. So for Patwari, it is 20% of 7,000, and direct enroll for Patwari, where is Patwaris, is direct enroll is blue line, that is 90%. So 20 is 90% means 18%. For Havaldar, total number of people are 21%. Let me write this as 21. And for Havaldar, direct enroll is only 30%. So that comes to 6.3% of the total. So here also Patwari is winning. Then we have IAS. IAS, as we can see, it's only 8%. So anyhow, if it is 100% direct enroll also for IAS, it cannot reach to 18%. So out of this given option, Patwari is 18% of the total employees. That means Patwaris have most extreme number of direct enrolls. Option A fits in. Given is a table that provides information regarding the number of people in 1,000 entering different railway station on 4 different days, November 1, 2, 3, 4. The number of people entering Mumbai on November 4 was half the number of people entering Raipur on the same day. So Raipur is 24, so number of people entering Mumbai is 12,000. So that is 12,000 or 12. What was the difference between total number of males entering Delhi and Bhopal on November 4? Delhi, total number of people entered were 25,000, and male, we can see it is Delhi is blue, and these are the percentage of people entering that were male. So blue is 42% into 42%. And we need Bhopal. Bhopal is 17,000, and Bhopal here is green. Green is showing me 93%. Now we can calculate the actual number and find the total for this first. So 25,000 into 42% is 10,500. And for Bhopal, it would be 17,000 into 93%, that is 15,810. and total would be 3626310. And the total number of females entering Mumbai and Raipur. Females, Mumbai is 12,000, we know. Let me calculate here. So Mumbai is 12,000 into female, that is red. So number of male entering is 72%. Okay. So female should be 100 minus 72%, that is 28%. And for Raipur, it is 24,000 into Raipur is this blue violet one. 66% are male, so 100 minus 66 is 34%. Those should be female. Now let us calculate. 12,000 into 28% is 3,360. And then 24,000 into 34% is 8,160. 0, 12, 5 and 11. We are looking out for these two differences. 26310 minus 11520. That is 14790, and that is in option A. So the answer is 14790. That is difference between 26,310 and 11,520. So what we have this time? We have this bar diagram which gives percentage distribution of employees of different departments in college. So management, 10% people are employed in management department, CS is 20%, chemistry department also 20%, physics is 40% and maths is 10%. Okay. Now this is the stocked percentage bar diagram. That means in physics department, if there are 100 people, then from 0 to 20, that means 20%. 20% of the people are in, this should be age group of 25 to 30. Then from 20 to nearly 35, that is 15%. Then from 35 to 62 something. Then from 62 to 90. Maybe a little bit greater than 90, and then remaining percentage are from this block which are aged more than 45. This is how we read this percentage stack bar diagrams. If the total number of employees in physics department in age group 25 to 30 is 60. Now in physics department from age group 25 to 30 is 20%. This is 25 to 30. So in physics department, 20% people is equivalent to 60 employees. That means physics department 100% of the people is equivalent to 60 into 100 by 20. Yes, that is 300. That means in physics department we have got 300 employees. Then find the total number of employees in chemistry department. Let's first find total number of employees in chemistry department. So physics department is 40% of the total employment in the college. Chemistry department is only 20%. That means number of people in chemistry department would be 300 by 2. That is 150 people. So there are 150 people in chemistry department. Great. Now in this chemistry department are from age group 40 to 45. That is the second channel we are looking out for. 40 to 45. If this gap is of 20%, this has to be 20%. This is 40 to 45 is 20%. Oh, I'm looking at maths. I need to look at chemistry. Sorry. So 5 and 20 and 5. So this accounts to 30%. So in age group of 40 to 45 in chemistry department, 30% of the employees are from that particular age group. And in chemistry department, we have got 150 employees. So the number of employees we are looking out for 40. Sorry, this was 20 and 10. 30%. 30% of 150, that would be 45. Option B fits in. So on this note, thank you everyone for participating. Do practice these kind of questions for in any examination. DI have become an integral part now. 2 to 3 to 4 questions you will always get in any examination, be it TCS, Wipro, even Bitwise, or an MCAT platform or Metal platform, Accenture, you call it. They will give you questions from data interpretation, even in competitive examination and entrance examination also. So on this note, I'm Mohijan signing off from MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. I'll see you soon. Yes, very soon. Stay safe and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like it, comment if you have any more videos or more session on any other topic. If you want to watch, if you want us to do it for you, please let us know. But before that, do subscribe to the channel and stay connected. Thank you everyone.